Hey guys, good morning. How are you? This is Mornings with McDaniel. We're off to the races, baby. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be talking about the three different stages in life. Now, you're kind of thinking, like, what the heck are you talking about, dude? Are you finally lost your marble cakes? No, I have not. And here's to prove it. I actually told my mother about it the other day, and because she was talking about some folks that she was dealing with. I'm like, it's easy. They're just in a different stage. She's like, what are the stages? And I said, well, what do you mean, Mom? You've never heard of the three stages of life? They're pretty simple. She's like, no, tell them to me. I said, okay, it's easy. It's the comfort zone, the stress zone, and the stretch zone. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what those are very, 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 very quickly. And then I'm going to talk about my thought pattern behind it. So in life, right? You when we're in our comfort zone, it's where we're comfortable, it's where we're safe, it's where we're relaxed. It's when you're sitting on your couch with your shoes off on a hot day, drinking a cold adult beverage, watching a sports game, or watching a favorite movie on a rainy day. You're like, I'm not gonna do it because I'm comfortable. I don't need to lose weight because I'm comfortable where I am. I don't need to learn that new skill in business. I'm comfortable. I don't need to work on my marriage. We're fine. We're totally comfortable. In that scenario, do you see where that can go wrong? God, I hope you do, because that is where you go to die. Now, it's that space, that security that lulls you in, and then it just kind of numbs you out of doing like something a little bit of different, a little bit aggressive, something a little bit out there because you're comfortable, you're safe, you're relaxed. Oh, by the way, you're also pretty freaking bored. And if you know what I'm talking about, you'd be like, I'm bored, I'm unmotivated, I feel safe, I'm like secure, I got enough money in my savings. Congratulations, bro. You are freaking locked in on your comfort zone. That's okay to have. I mean, at least you know what you have, right? Let's talk about what you don't know and what's going to really tick a couple of you off. And I'm going to tick you off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you all the way. We're going to bypass stretch. We're going to get into stretch in a second, but we're going to talk about your stress zone or your panic zone. This is where you feel completely overwhelmed and it takes over everything. Like you're starting to freak out a little bit. And so, as a context for this story, yesterday, I'm putting together some AI stuff and trying to tie a lot of different programs together for something. And I'll tell you, when I was doing it, I was freaking out. I was 100% my panic zone, my stress zone. I was in the area where I was terrified, I was overwhelmed, I was frustrated, I was ticked off, I was irritable. I was not having fun. I would have rather gone and, put tar on a hot roof in the South during the summer than doing what I was doing because I was stressed out. I was overwhelmed. Where in life do you feel that way? When you feel literally like you're something in the sky just plummeting towards earth and you have no way of controlling what's going to happen next in your life? That's what I was feeling. And that's what stress, that's what the panic zone, the overwhelmness. And it could be very simple. It could be maybe you, well, I don't have kids, but I mean, let's say you just found out you're going to have a child. Congratulations. And you're like, holy shit, we're going to have a kid, man. That could put you into the stress zone just a little bit. Finances, housing situations, family dynamics, everything, right? You quit a job or get fired and you have to start a new one and you don't know quite what you're doing, or you're working in a different industry or whatever. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm stressed. And you start freaking out because it's very natural for us to freak out once you hit that stress zone because you're just like, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. Like, I'm going to lose my marble cakes. So you sit there, and because you're freaked out is because everything in your skill set is being tested right now. And once you start understanding that this is a very healthy place to be, try to get out of it as quickly as possible. But it's a healthy place to be for a little bit because it reminds you that not everything in life is comfortable. Not everything else is roses, sherbet, unicorns, and strawberries. It's not like that all the time. There's going to be stress. There's going to be panic. There's going to be feeling of being overwhelmed. It's okay. Where you really want to spend your time in the stretch zone. This is a great little melting pot because what it is, it's the stress of something new or unknown, right? Same difference, or your comfort zone, sitting on the Barker Lounger with the t-shirt that has barbecue stains on, drinking a beer, watching the baseball game. Comfort zone, right? Ladies, you know what I'm talking about in your version. These two independent are not good places to spend all your time. One, lose hair, get gray hair, freak out, get wrinkles, and bitch at everybody, right? That's your panic zone, stress zone. Comfortable, you don't do shit because you're comfortable. I've done it before. Great. Congratulations, you freaking loaf. You're going to be a loaf sitting on the couch. Stretch zone. That is our jam right there. Our stretch zone. I have to keep pronunciating that, otherwise I will missay that. And missaying that is not even a word. So let's move forward before I grammatically destroy this thing. Stretch zone is where you're going to learn, you're going to grow. So you're kind of stress, but you've learned enough of practical information. So let's say it's a diet, a relationship, it's a new career, whatever it is in life. You just got a cat or a dog or a goldfish. You have no freaking clue what to do with them. You're stressed out, don't want to kill the animal. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I got this. I can go to PetSmart and I can figure this out. Get the food, get the leash, get the walks, get the lay of the land. Okay, now I'm a little stretch and stressed. Don't know what the dog's going to, take a dump on the carpet or what. But you're figuring it out. And then you're going to move into your comfort zone and it's going to be easy peasy. It's going to be like riding a bike. You just hop on and keep on moving, right? But your stretch zone is where you grow. And it is where you become the man and woman that you truly are meant to be because you're pushing your boundaries. And always try to live in that. So if it's a diet, if it's workouts, if it's your relationship, if it's your deal flow, if it's a hobby you want to start doing or always didn't really want to start doing because you're kind of afraid of what you're doing because you're in your comfort zone. Sound familiar? Then you go to your stress. Holy shit. Then you ease into your stretch. In your stretch, man, it can last a lifetime as long as you keep growing. I'm not saying you have to go out and find a new hobby every week. I'm not saying that in the slightest, or destroy your marriage so you can learn how to put it back together. Hell no. Stay in that comfort zone and stretch zone. Do those date nights, fun little things. Keep that romance alive. Absolutely. That's your stretch. You're uncomfortable, but you're comfortable. That's a good way of describing it, actually. You're uncomfortable, but comfortable. Whatever way you want to say that. And it's so much fun. Like, okay, I'll dumb it down really bad for you. But I mean, my panic zone, stress zone was working around this rancher behind me, right? I didn't know what to do. I mean, I knew a little bit of what to do. I didn't know what to do. I still don't know what I'm really doing. But I'll tell you one thing, I got into my stretch zone because I went out and put, feet to ground. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how to fix said thing. I'll Google it. I'll YouTube it. I'll figure it out. Then I had to research, blades for the two different sit down lawnmowers. How do I get them? What sizes do I need? What blah, blah, blah. I learned. I got out of my panic, got in my stretch, and I freaking love it. Now, the comfort zone is where I like to be. We all do, but it's just not going to get us to where we ultimately, mentally, physically, emotionally need and want to be personally and professionally, right? There's a lot of differences there. Please always be a student of content. Learn, grow, become bigger than who you are. The world is waiting for you, my friends. And I tell you this on a consistent basis because I am telling myself this at this exact same time. So, like I said before, this is a variation of my own very personal journal. I talk to you guys because I'm talking to myself. And hopefully you guys like this, put it into action a little bit. Actually, I want to try something here really quickly with you guys since you're wonderful human beings sticking around hanging out with me. Let's go into here. Let's go into share this. I'm going to give you a quick little visual on what this looks like. So here's kind of what I was talking about when it comes to the comfort zone here, right? Then you go to your stretch zone here. God, I hope you guys can see the mouse. And then you go to you start off, you want to get out of your panic, into your stretch, stay away from the comfort. Live in this zone. And you, my friends, will be incredibly, incredibly happy. So let's see if I can just kill this thing. I don't know how to get rid of it, but we're going to try to get rid of it one step at a time. Okay, guys. Hopefully you're back on me. Anyways, I think you're awesome. Until the next time, this is Mornings with McDaniel. Always keep sharing and commenting. I love hearing from you guys. Until tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the odds of you even existing. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around. All right, boys and girls, go rewatch this one, the replay, and watch out for the shorts. Here they come. See you guys. Boom. Peace. Till tomorrow. Bye.